And we're live.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everyone. Hello. Just gonna do our usual sharing.
Of course. Yes, on Discord and Instagram.
Pepper
Belated happy birthday, Pepper.
started raining really hard like minutes ago. Actually.
Is it like thundering? No.
Yeah, as in like wild winds.
So Pepper's not happy.
Yes, very unhappy. Link. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Check YouTube's. Okay. Da, 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 da. Sure. Instagram stories. Do, 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 do. I got the power, power, power.
okay. Kat is joining. I see her.
Just doing these stories. Story.
Okay. Hi, Sai. Hi, Sai.
Hi.
Hi, Kat. How are you both? So,
Hi,
I'm
Kat.
mentioning to Pam that it started raining really hard, like around 10 minutes ago. So, it's pretty weird weather, should I say? How about you? How was your weekend?
Mine is a bit busy. We had a bunch of family things we celebrated someone becoming a doctor. We had
Ooh.
dinner, like lunch with family, and then a bunch of like errands. Very busy. No, I don't think I actually read much actually during the actual weekend. So this is the first time I'm reading on a weekend. Like I had to think about it. Wait, I want to
Mm.
do the chain, so I'm gonna post what I'm reading now as a chain.
Oh yeah, it's in the currently reading chain. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. Then I'll add to your currently reading chain later. Is no one not having a
Why
five-star book? Because
you
no
can change
one.
the shape? I have one, but I don't have a physical. I'm gonna download a photo and then I'm gonna take a photo of the photo from my tablet, so it looks a lot cuter. I didn't
Unless
realize we can
not
change the
everyone
shape.
has the feature yet, I think, as well.
Ooh, hold on. Okay, I want the flower. Wait, this is behind the scenes of how I take photos for.
I didn't know you can change the shape.
I wanted to.
I didn't
I
try.
wanted to tap just to focus on the thing, but then it changed the shape. And then we can
So just
change.
in case anyone wants to like know what we're talking about, it's this new feature on Instagram that's called chains. So it's like this when you try to post, it's the one in the farthest left,
Yeah.
and you can create chains where only your followers can see and they can add photos to that chain.
Yes, and it looks so cute. Wait,
So like
so
it looks like this on your feed. It's a separate tab
I feel like this is so
between
great.
reels and tab. Ugh, they're
Okay,
always
it
putting
posted
out
it. Oh, but
stuff.
my question is too long. Can I edit that? No, I
I don't
can't.
think you can edit because I tried editing my
Edit. I
caption,
just edit the caption. Okay.
but I
Use
can
the
see it.
yeah. I
Ah, what are
think
you
that
reading
it's
right
just the
now?
emoji that's like cut off.
Yeah.
Just gonna add it on to
I was reading this earlier, but I'm not gonna read this now. Just so you can see, only people this book belongs to Pam follows back can see this photo. This may include people that are not your followers. You can remove your photo from the chain anytime. Only those you follow back can see the photo that I will
yeah.
add. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't change the shape. I didn't try to change the shape.
Yes, this is actually a Instagram masterclass, not a reading for it.
Well, it's already there.
Current reads.
Classes are suspended tomorrow na nga because of the weather. So weird though that it
Ah,
wasn't raining again. It
really?
wasn't. It wasn't. But it started
What
raining here like
area?
around 6.
I guess north is more affected, like
Isn't
north
Kath
of
from the
Metro
south?
Manila. Ah, yeah, that does make sense. Because
Unless
it's
it
not
wasn't raining on her
maybe
area
we're
at all.
gonna yeah maybe we're gonna get the rain tomorrow because it's pretty hot today. Like it's pretty humid and hot today, and usually that
Yeah, it
means like
was.
in the next couple of days we're gonna get like rain.
I haven't seen them because I have this updated. Probably. I've also learned from friends that they don't have the feature yet, even though their app was updated.
It's a play
So with
so it hasn't rolled out to
so it
it.
just looks like this. So Pam created the chain
It's
and I
so
added
cute
on it.
though. It's so cute. Like it's so cute.
And
When
apparently you can send a message per the
when you
photo.
click,
That
yeah,
is
yeah.
to that
It's a direct
contributor.
message, right?
Yeah, not the
Okay.
comment. Always rolling out shit.
I feel like this is a win for them. I feel like they've been trying so many different things to sort of make their app a little bit more exciting to use. I feel like this is a cute thing.
Yeah, this is like the feed version of the add
Of the
yours
add
on
yours,
Instagram,
yeah.
but
Which is pretty common.
at least for
But
add yours, it's open to everyone.
yeah. But I think one thing that I like about this, it's not directly on your feed. It's like on a different tab. So so people who are like conscious of how their feed looks
Hmm.
will be okay with this feature.
I hate that I can um edit those text. I can only add a caption, but I can't edit the text. Because, like, what if they don't have a 5-star book? What if they just have a favorite book this year?
Mm.
I was like overthinking it. Okay.
Da, 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 da.
What is everyone reading? So while we're waiting for people to come in, what is everyone gonna be reading?
Yeah, Kat, it's gonna be a
It's a
permanent
new.
post, but it doesn't live in your feed. It's on a like
It's
if
in a
this is your
separate
feed,
tab. Yeah.
there's this other tab here that's like chains, and that's where all of the chains that you joined
Mm,
in, not just the ones created by
you
you, right?
created. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna go in here. So it's kind of permanent in that way. It's not like add yours where it's IG
Yeah.
stories. Essentially.
I feel like it could work for bookish creators, actually.
Yeah, I feel like especially because there's a lot. You know how there's a question of the day kind of like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thing when it comes to the bookstagram community. I feel like it would work well for this.
So, speaking of, I already know what you're going to be reading, and you already know what I'm going to be reading, but let's discuss it anyway.
Okay, you want me to
What
go
are you going
first?
to be reading?
Okay, so I am gonna be reading The Unmothers by Leslie J. Anderson. This is very overdue. I plan to read this during the month of October for a video. I'm still working on that video, even though it's so delayed. I don't care. So I'm working on that. So it's a folk horror book. And I think the only thing that I know about this is that I'm not 100% sure if it's a horse gives birth to a human or a human gives birth to a horse. One of those things
Did you
happen.
say horse as in
Yes,
caballo?
horse, as in yes. That's the only thing I know. That's why there's a hoof. There's a like horseshoe on the what thing. Like I don't know which one is the actual synopsis. If it's the horse giving
Is it
birth to
not
a
on the
human
blurb?
or a human giving birth to a horse. Um I'm not quite sure, and I'm open to be surprised. I'm not checking the blurb right now. I'll update you later if you guys wanted to know. I don't think that's a spoiler because I'm pretty sure it was in the synopsis. I just forgot. Um, so there's that. I don't know too much about this in terms of how other people liked it. I do see a couple of people giving it like 4 or 5 stars, and usually they're the people who like weird horror.
Okay.
Um, and
Wait, what's
then
the
I
name again?
saw
Unmothers?
the
Unmothers? Unmothered.
Unmothers. The Unmothers. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all I know about this. Exquisite and haunting. This book represents an absolutely vital entry into the horror canon. Okay, Sarah Gailey.
It's a horror mystery.
Yeah.
Adult. I'm trying to
I
see.
think one thing that I saw people say is that it's weird to call it a mystery, is what they were saying. It's really more of like folk horror than mystery, which is why I think it got some lower views because people were looking for the mystery aspect.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know too much. I'll update you if it's a baby horse or a baby human.
Human.
Yeah.
It's a crazy premise. It is. But I'm curious though. Maybe
Yeah.
curious. Hi, Sina.
Hi, Sina. What are
What
you
is
having for
everyone gonna be
breakfast?
reading?
How about you? What are you reading?
Wait, I choked my
Was that on purpose?
I choked on my saliva. But we'll be reading Hue City by
Ooh.
Claire Betita de Guzman. So it's by a Filipino author. It's based in Singapore. And I know you have read this, Kat has read this, and Sai has read this. So I'm part of the book, what they call this, a book tour. And it's gonna be very soon. So I wanna be able to read this before that happens. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna start it tonight. Like I didn't touch it the whole day. I started a different book actually for today. So just so I'll be able to keep track of how long or how much I've read tonight.
In the reading spread, yeah.
Yes. So I'm hoping to read at least like 80 pages, 80.
I thought you were gonna say 80%. I'm like, whoa.
I'll be reading it like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm done. Actually, would you rather like um be able to like read books when you like browse it like this,
Flip,
like,
yeah. Or
but still be able to retain everything, or like not be able to read physical books at all.
I would prefer the first one because I want to be able to read physical books. I mean, that's kind of pretty cool. Like I could just do that, and then I'd be
But you
done.
just won't be able to savor it,
I
I
could like
guess. Like the
pull
reading
this out
experience
and
of
be
like
done in like one
focusing it.
minute. Like, mm,
Imagine all the thick books, you just do
yeah,
that
I
and
just
like,
do
okay,
that.
I'm done.
I wish. I mean, I could just reread it again. I could read it slowly if I wanted to.
No, what if you can't read slowly ever? The only option is to not read physical books at all, but read in your normal speed on like e-readers, whatever, but like in
Yeah, I
any
think
physical book you
I'll still pick the first one because then I could just have the physical book as my like decor. But still, if I wanted to read something really fast, like if the book is really bad, but I want to finish it, I don't want to DNF, I could just do that.
it's a life hack actually.
Yeah.
Hold on.
How about
So
everyone? What are you guys
yeah,
reading?
what are
If
you guys
you are
gonna be
gonna be reading
reading?
with us.
Once I've done that, once you finish making
Ooh.
breakfast, you'll join in with some fanfic. Which fandom is this? I'm not gonna ask which fanfic because like fanfic
There's
titles
so
are like
many. Yeah.
all over the place. So
Yeah. Just which fandom. And what genre?
ooh, I just saw what Sai is gonna be reading.
Ah, yeah, he did share it
I
on
got a
Instagram, and I
spoiler.
also reshared.
Oh, that's such a pretty cover. Because like
I
it also has
know.
an alternate cover, right? A colored one.
Yeah, yeah. I think I've seen a different cover of this one,
This one is
but
so
I like
pretty.
this one so much
Yeah, yeah,
more.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. I like this one. It's so eerie and like creepy and weird. Hmm. I'm yes, reading Ascension. Currently
Ooh.
at page 60 out of 218. Oof, my queen, Eliza Victoria,
I want to do an Eliza Victoria like video,
reading
like a
vlog.
dedicated video. I have two of her books so far, then I can just borrow one from the library. Make it three. I feel like that would be pretty nice because her books are pretty short,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it
they're like
doesn't feel
between
too intense.
one afternoon. I think you can finish it
Yeah.
in one afternoon. Lord of the Rings fanfic. It's as long as 500k words. Damn. I don't think even in college,
Woo!
or like even in college when I had like all of the attention span for fanfics, I don't think I've encountered like a 500k
I
fanfic.
think the most I've read is like 100 or 80,000. I think
I think the most that
80
I've
or
read is
100.
200.
Uh,
200k. Damn.
is it good? I mean, it probably is if you have read halfway already.
Yeah, if you're pushing through. Wait, how do you even pronounce this? Is it
YN?
YN?
I think
Yes or
so.
no?
Oh, I was thinking.
It's me. What were you
Why was I
thinking?
thinking of fanfic YN? I don't know why.
What?
Let's see.
Because
What
of the
does
creepy
YN mean
fan.
in this book?
I have no chill when it comes to fanfic. I've read about 1 million words of one.
Because
Damn.
YN and fanfic is like self-insert, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is it that? Is that
Is
what
it
it
maybe
means?
it's
Yeah,
that?
it is. It's about
YN.
that.
YN.
Self-insert fanfic.
Okay,
So it
okay,
is
okay.
YN, your name.
It's really good. I
Yeah.
bet it is. If you're inhaling it, basically. Hold on. So, since we know what everyone is going to be reading, should we start with sprint number one?
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh, there are
Sprint number
instructions.
Hold on, wait. Wait, why is wait? I think this is my solo sprint banners. That's okay. Sprint number one. Okay. So I added some text just in case people get confused why we're here. So we'll be having 30 minutes each sprint again and 8 minutes of chatting after that. So let's see if we'll get to 5 sprints again tonight. But let's start with sprint number one. See you in 30, everyone. Happy reading.
Enjoy. Hello.
Hello, everyone. How was the sprint? How was yours?
So it is confirmed the horse gave birth to a baby boy.
Somehow
I
that's
still
worse.
I still don't know the implications of that sentence, but that is the synopsis. That is the premise. Um, I made it to page 23, which is around 8%.
Mhm.
But yeah, that is my update.
Okay,
How
wait.
about
Let
you?
me just put on the chat
Yep,
timer
timer.
for 8 minutes. So, as usual, sprint number one is usually not super productive for me. Like, I only got to page 15 of the book. So, like, so far it's okay. It's more of like it's usually in the first sprint where I'm trying to like get in the mood of like reading. So yeah, I only got to page 15 and it's like the third character that's being introduced because I got to the scammer. I got to the first chapter who's the scammer and then the pimp in the second
Yeah.
chapter. So this third one just says accomplice. So
Yeah.
I'm curious how they're all gonna diverge in like the characters, how they're going to diverge in this one. But let me just read. So let's go this one. Hi Bea, are you reading
Hi
with
there.
us right now? Hi Vanessa. Wait,
Hello.
actually, let me type it out. Like, since I don't have the visual of what we're reading, I'm gonna type it out after I've read some of the comments. Hi, Louis. Welcome to our sprints. Louis says,
Hi.
I am currently reading Circe by Madeline Miller. I'm at chapter 9, and so far it's boring. I understand. I understand the sympathy so much because of I think it's mostly the writing style. Like Madeline Miller's writing style isn't for everyone. I think I think I liked Cersei, but I was like not in love with it.
Mm,
I think I also found it quite boring, even though I love Greek mythology.
yeah.
But
Did you like the Song of Achilles?
I haven't finished it. I didn't
Oh,
DNF it, but I was like
you're
third
not
of
in
the
the
way
mood.
through or like one fourth. I'm just not in the mood for the writing, but it's so good. Like the Song of
I
Achilles is way better than Cersei writing
really?
style
Okay. I
in
really
terms
liked
of
the writing in the Song of Achilles. I felt like it was very like the descriptions were so visceral. Like while
mm,
reading the book, like I really loved how Miller described anything, like the changing
yeah, yeah,
seasons and like stuff, the ocean, stuff like that.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
really
yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
that. Is Cersei an earlier book for her? Like
I
did she write
think
like
so.
maybe
I think even what was that? Wait, no, it wasn't a Madeline Miller. Wait, who
mm,
wrote the something with the C?
the old man and the sea or the Hemingway? Is this
Wait, I've read it before.
see? Is this Greek retelling as well?
No, no, no. I was thinking, oh, was that book also a Madeline Miller book? But I'm like, no, I don't think so. Because, like, let me check her. Shit, who was it? Yeah, I haven't read other Madeline Miller books.
Mm,
A Human Baby Boy.
yes.
From a
A human
horse!
baby boy from a
How
horse.
did
You
that
heard
even
that
work?
right.
Like, did the guy have sex with, like, a horse? I am so confused.
I guess that is what we're gonna try and find out in the next couple of chapters. Because it
I
starts off
forget.
with a reporter going to the town to learn more about this headline that he saw about a horse giving birth to a baby boy. So she's trying to figure out what's going on with that. So I guess I'll find out later on what actually happened.
I've read only 12 pages because I had to clean up my room a little bit. Currently 72 out of 218. It's eerie but not that scary yet. The premise seems good, but the writing was A.
Mm, that's
Let me
fair.
check if Cersei is actually an earlier work or the other way around. So Cersei is 2018. Um,
I think
Song of
Song of
Achilles is
Achilles is older.
2011.
Yeah, yeah, it is older. Because I know that it's been 10 years since it was published. So
Hmm. I also felt bored predominantly with Song of Achilles. I even appreciated
mm,
its sweet Achilles' son more than the main story. Wait.
yeah. So I guess maybe Madeline Miller's writing is not for
Is
you.
not really for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just typing out what we're reading. The Lies We Told. No, I think The Starless Sea. I was thinking of The
Eric
Starless Sea
Morgenstern.
because, like, The Starless Sea also gives off the same kind of vibe as,
Mm.
at least for me, the Song of Achilles, because of the magical like writing, whatever. But it's not Greek mythology, if I remember correctly. But I
Yeah.
think I did get bored a bit with Starless Sea because nothing ever happens.
Yeah, I think with Star C and her other book, the something circus. I think
The Night Circus,
the night circus. I think her style is just like this very abstract, meandering, like you don't
no
really know what's
thoughts, just
going on.
vibes.
Yeah, very vibey books.
Although I gave them both. Wait, I gave Night Circus five
I
stars.
haven't read either. I'm gonna be reading the Night Circus sometime soon. But
I gave
I
it
haven't
five
read
stars.
either.
I do not remember a thing about it. It's a lush, imaginative, and surreal book. When did I read this?
Are you
2021.
reading your review?
Yeah, I gave it a review. I gave it 5 stars. But I remember the Stardust Sea. Shortly after reading it, I sold it. I sold the physical copy.
Mm.
38 out of 206. The first two chapters talk about the main character and how she became part of the liver fandom of a K-pop group called Pack of Boys.
Mm.
This is YN, right?
Yeah, yeah, YN.
What
That's
is it?
interesting. I feel like YN might be a similar to what's the other book that I read? The one with the very pretty cover. The about like fandoms as well. But this one's like a Japanese book, not Korean. So
I think it's
it might
is
have
it
like
Japanese? S3?
I don't know, I don't know. I just assumed Korean because it was a K-pop group. Let me just check. I think I read
S3.
that last year.
Wait, how long we have on the timer? We have 25 seconds left before the second
Okay.
screen. I didn't read a lot. No idea what about pages because yeah. I have.
Yeah.
Yes, so you'll be able to join the
Yes, the
next
next spring.
sprint. Okay, idle burning.
Yes,
Ah,
Idol Burning. Yeah, yeah. That was the similar one.
that's
It
what you were
kind of has,
thinking, Ashley.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It kind of has
Oh,
a
right.
similar sort of topic, but I feel like the approach is gonna be different.
That's the one that you read, right?
Yep, Idol Burning.
I kind of interchanged them a bit. I was like, I think this was also the one about like a fandom, but I was like, oh
Mm,
no, it's a different one. It's YN. I didn't
I
like.
didn't like. I didn't like it either. I think I gave it 2 stars, and then I sold my copy, even though the book was really pretty. That's how much I didn't like it. I gave
That's how you
I
know
gave it
someone
three
didn't like
stars.
it.
I gave it 3 stars. I was being nice. I think I gave it 1 star for the cover.
I saw cats and she didn't. She marked it as DNF.
Good enough. And it's such a short book too. Like I don't know, 90 pages?
To give up like that
134
or into
pages.
the.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I saw, so somewhere out there are 3 copies of Idle
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
from owners who previously hated them. Okay, so I'm gonna stick through our timer and do
Yes.
sprint number 2. So, for anyone who has just joined, Pam is reading The Unmothers, and I am reading Hoi City. For sprint number 2, we're still doing 30 minutes for this one. So, we'll see you in 30. Happy
See
reading,
ya.
everyone.
Hello.
You. Hello, everyone. How was sprint number 2?
I made it to page 45. How long is this book? That's 15% according to my Kindle. So far, we're just in the town, the small town where the horse baby thing happened. Just trying to get a feel for the different people in town and like sort of the, I guess, what's in the town in terms of the stores and stuff like that. So not much yet has happened. How about you?
Same, I think. Not much has happened as well. I got to page 31. So I think I'm reading this quite slowly. I think it has
Mm.
something to do with it, like a bit being a big book. So
Mm.
yeah, I'm just on I think chapter 5. Just on page 31. But I'm on the perspective of the pimp again.
Yeah.
But nothing much has happened. I think it's more of building the story based on their backstories. So I don't know how this things would play out yet for the converging of these stories. But how is everyone's sprint number
This
2?
feels like deja vu to me because I was like that last week.
What if I just reviewed the video of the live sprint and I'm just feeding the same?
Copying everything.
I'm like, what did she say? Sprint number 2, let's go. Kaya, makatulog ako sa advance midnight.
Advanced midnight
This
to
is
you.
great. Oh my gosh. Hi, Hannah. I think this is our first time
Hello.
seeing you in our sprint. It's 7. We're both Pams, by the way. So,
Yeah.
hi, Pam. It's 7 a.m. here. Getting up to get our lunch ready to go in the crock pot. So it will be ready for us after we get home from church.
Oh.
I'm listening to the Book of Lost Friends. Hold on. The Book
It
of
says here
Lost
it's
Friends.
historical fiction.
It's,
Oh. Historical
ooh, it was
fiction
nominated for
happened after
fiction.
Civil War. Okay. Oh, it's set in Louisiana.
Civil War South of a modern day teacher who rediscovers their story and its connection to her own students' lives. How are you liking it so far, Hannah? And are you going to church shortly, or will you be able to join us for our succeeding sprints? Hi, Star. Welcome to the
Hello.
sprint. What are you going to be reading or doing? Hi, Moon. Welcome to the
Hi,
sprint.
hi.
And you're going to be studying. I'm reading Remember Love by Cleo Wade.
Remember love.
Oh, this has to be a romance book, right?
If
Is
it's Bea,
it?
it's probably a romance book.
Oh, it's poetry. It's poetry.
Oh,
Words for Tender Times. It's poetry nonfiction. Okay. It's maybe the first sprint where you're not reading romance book. I got to 9% of my book. It's because of the second sprint, but yay, 9% is good progress. Hi, Tita D. Welcome back to the
hi.
sprint. So we just finished sprint number 2, but we'll still be doing sprint number 3 onwards.
Yeah.
Sai greets Star and Moon. You got to 68 out of 206. I'm a bit invested because of the thrill of what will happen to
Mm.
the fan, but the writing style is not for me. Mm.
Is it like is it sort of descriptive
Reminiscent?
or is it like abstract? What kind of writing style is it? Is it? I think it's a
Is
pretty
it
short book as
reminiscent
well.
of Idol Burning or not to that level yet?
Let me just check. YN. I think
Louis
it's pretty
asks, "Are you
short.
both Pamela though?" Yes, we're both
Yes.
Pamelas. I'm Pamela Jessica, then Pamela
I'm
Nicole.
Pamela Nicole.
Wait, wait. Ah, okay. This was a double comment. I will be reading Akatar until I fall asleep. Wait,
Mm.
you're about to fall asleep. Star, which time zone are you in? Or are you also in the
Really?
Philippines? Like
Yeah,
nighttime?
it's similar to us. Yeah.
Read 28 pages. Oh, that's way better. 100 out of 218, so that's halfway. Eerie still, but now it's more focused on the characters' backstories in this small town. You got Ascension too, right? You bought a
Yeah, I
copy.
did. I did. Haven't read it, but I did.
I didn't think of that. I'm reading As Bright as Heaven. Right?
All of these books, I haven't heard of them. As
As
bright
Bright as Heaven.
as heaven.
Let me guess. Oh, historical fiction.
Ooh, two people reading historical fiction.
Oh, there's a. Oh, I haven't read any
Spanish.
from this author. Compelling story of a
Whenever
mother and her daughters. Sometimes it's a harsh world. What are you saying?
I just saw in As Bright as Heaven, it says here it was, I think it's set during the Spanish flu epidemic,
Hmm.
and instantly my brain went to Edward Cullen died during the Spanish flu.
I didn't even remember that. I think I
Yeah,
stored that
he died
out of
during the
my
Spanish
memory.
influenza. That's where my
Because
brain instantly went to.
that's how he died, right?
Yeah, that's how he
Oh,
died.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I was like that. That kind of unlocked like a tiny memory from high school. The first print I'm putting bandage. Bandage because she's a oh, is this
Oh
from like when you
no.
traveled to the beach? I'm back to work tomorrow. Aw. At least we were able to like what do you call this? Spend the weekend
Yeah.
well. Yeah, like how are you getting to work tomorrow if you're injured though? Like take care of yourself. What did you think? Did you think we all think we didn't have second first names? Oh, it's PST. Okay. It's so
Yeah,
late.
4:30.
Why are you still up? Why are you still up reading Akotar? Not that I'm judging. It's mostly because it's 4 a.m. Jessica and Nicole. To be
Oh my
honest, I do
gosh.
not look like a Jessica, and you do not look like a Nicole either. So,
I think in my entire life, only one person has ever called, like, actually calls me Nicole, and it's one of my aunts, and she's the only one in my entire life. And I don't know why she chose to call me by my second name, but I
oof.
can't.
Okay, our chat timer went off, but just speeding through some of the chats. I missed a step on the stairs. Anything I sprained my middle toe. Good thing I didn't hit my head. Oh my gosh, girl, you're just as clumsy as I am. I think. Fast recovery to your foot. Hi again, Moon. I think you're gonna be able to study in our next sprint because we're
Yeah.
about to do that. So everyone, we're about to do sprint number 3 because the chat timer went off, and we'll get through the chats again after
Yes.
this third sprint. So happy
Okay.
reading slash studying,
See you in
everyone. See
half
you
an
in
hour.
30.
Bye. Mm.
Hello again, everyone. How was the third print?
I think I read a lot. I'm now at page 78, which is
Ooh,
26% of the book. So far, it's a lot of horse. Like
horse?
so much. Yeah, so much about horses.
I
But we
mean,
are seeing a little bit of the mystery part, I think, that the book is alluding to. But yeah, it's been very much about the horses. I guess she really loves her horses in this book. How about you?
I got to page 47 of the book. So I'm no longer hoping to read until 80 of this book. Because like I feel like it's a trend for me to read around like 15 per sprint, at least for this book.
It's
So
a bit odd, right? Like the chapters are short, but it reads
yeah,
slow.
it reads slow and like because the page is huge, I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
guess
I'm
that's a
reading too
factor.
much per
Yeah,
page. So I'm like, oh, on a normal paperback, I would read like around 20 per sprint.
yeah.
But in this one, I read kind of slow. I think mostly because it's very descriptive.
Mm,
Like everything about around them is described like very
yeah.
vividly, which I think is good, but also it's part of the reason why I'm reading it
Yeah,
slowly.
and I think one
It's
of the
so
things that I
detailed.
notice is that each chapter, I mean, obviously they're short, but I feel like they cover such a little, like a scene or half a scene.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I would get into it, like I would get into the scene, and then it's the next chapter. So maybe I think that makes it feel a little bit slower for me because then we go back to the next POV and it's still the same scene.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I get that now because like it's
Yeah,
still the same. It's still the same thing that's happening, just in a
yeah.
different
Just the next
chapter. I was
action.
like,
Yeah.
I was actually curious. Like, what if I just read all of
All
Marina's
of the
chapters? Like, would it read the same? Like, would it just be
I think it would be fine, honestly. Mostly like the first part, first half of the book, I think it'll be fine.
But I'm currently in the part like I because I'm not sure if it's like I'm in the part where Marina and High's
Mm,
paths cross.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, but when I get to High's perspective, is it gonna be like his perspective of what's happening in that hotel lobby? Or is it like another backstory from like
Mm,
before he is a reception
yeah.
wait, was he a receptionist here? Or like a
Yeah.
manager? Or manager?
Like a receptionist, like a
Okay.
front desk
Yeah,
person.
yeah, front desk manager or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty slow so far. Like I have to like I have to take notes of who's who.
Mm.
At first I was like, wait, is Marina the scammer and she's now like a like a journalist? Oh wait, no, they're totally
No,
different
yeah, yeah.
people. I was like
Yeah.
stupid.
I feel that.
Um Hold on, let me just read through some of the comments. I missed a step on the stairs. Anything is again. Edward with his Spanish
Yep.
flu.
Spanish
I'm reading.
influenza.
Hi, Riven. Welcome to your
Raven.
sprint. I'm reading Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard and The
Mhm.
Vegetarian by Han Kang and switching in between when I get bored. Well,
Is Glass Sword part of the Blade Breaker series that I always see of Victoria Aveyard?
I've only ever read one Victoria Aveyard. Yes, it's part of the
It's
Red
part of it.
Queen series. And I've only read Red Queen.
It's a different
Yes, it's a
series.
different series. It's the one with Red
The
Queen.
Crowns. Yeah.
Yes, it's
Okay.
the second book.
Yeah, yeah.
And Red Queen is the only book that I read, and I stopped there.
Mhm. Did
How
you
are you
like it?
liking it over? I didn't, but I gave it 3 stars.
There's so
I
many, like there's like 4.5 books in that series. She writes pretty long series. I think
I've
Blade.
never picked another Victoria Aveyard
Hmm.
book after that. I will be tomorrow after a vacation. I mean, you
Sign of
cannot
a
just
good
go to
vacation.
work. You just continue that vacation. Sorry, sorry to hear you. Pray that it's not fractured or else. I mean, you're gonna be at the hospital at work, so maybe you might as well get that
You're in the
checked.
best place.
So soon as thank you, Tita D. Alarm equals avatar. What? The writing style in Idle Burning is more accessible compared to
Ah,
YN. I feel like I can't have a decent conversation with the MC of
of
YN since
what?
I'll just repeat the highfalutin words. Style.
Highfalutin.
Let's see. So, are
So it's
you liking it
very
though,
it's
generally?
using very big words, and I'm guessing it's like sometimes when books use big words, they do it in such a way where I feel like the need to search for the meaning of the word because I would want to
Mm,
understand
yeah, yeah, yeah.
how something is described, but then sometimes I use it in such a way where I'm like, you don't really need to use that word.
Yeah, yeah,
You could have
yeah.
used something simpler. So I
You
feel
could
like
have
it's all
like,
in how they wrote the book. Yeah. If it feels kind of pretentious or it feels
mm,
like, oh, they really use that word because it's the perfect word to use for this specific scene.
yeah, pretentious versus like it being
Like
impactful instead
intentional,
of
yeah.
okay. Hey, true. I just happened to be up and I was so excited to see I could be here for a live. I'm usually asleep during the other times. Aw. But it's
Oh,
so late. Do you have like work or school when you wake up later? I hope you don't. The way that we refuse to use our other names, I'm using my second name. Oh, wait. What's your first name? What? Wait,
I feel like I've seen this, the first name, but I don't remember.
I'm gonna cheat and check your Facebook. Is it Jellico? Charot. No, it's not here.
Because she refused to use it.
But if you're using your second name, then why is it L? I think I don't have a second name, so it's just Beatrice. They said this is a textbook about sociology. So is it related to your course? Is sociology your
Big
is it the coursework that you're
concentration.
taking? Beatrice. It could be if you want it to.
Very holy.
In the end, they decided to because like it's kind of hard to pronounce Beatrice Therese. Like
Three.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm catching my tongue in my teeth
Yeah.
when I say that. Beatrice Therese. To remove it. Sharing a quote I highlighted from the book I'm reading. Not every change is a transition. Some are rebirths, and a rebirth, like any other birth, has some pain but also a lot of magic. Say that to the human who gave birth to a horse. Every birth
For context, to the
has a
people
lot
who
of
are just coming in, the book that I'm reading right now, the premise, and this is not a spoiler, is that a horse apparently gave birth to a baby boy. And this is a horror book. So it's not like so it's kind of weird horror book. So I still don't know how
oh
that
yeah, it's
happened.
the other
I'm
way
not there yet.
around. Wait,
Uh,
a horse gave birth to a human, right?
yes, horse gave
Okay,
birth to
okay,
a
okay.
human. Still don't know how that happened,
Hi,
but
June. Welcome to the
hello.
sprint. I'm reading The Women. It's the book club pick for this one. The women? Who is the author for this one? Kristen Hanna?
I think Kristen
Is it
Hanna. Yeah.
historical
I've
fiction?
been
Oh, a
wanting to
lot
read the
of
Kristen Hanna.
same.
Like
A
I
lot of
want to
people
read
are
The
reading.
Nightingale, and there's another
Yeah, the
one, The Great
Nightingale, right?
Alone, Great Alone, Great Divide, Great something.
The Great
I wanna,
Alone
yeah, I wanna read
and the
those
Four
two.
Winds.
Yeah, that's been popular as well. But I think I saw The Great Alone recently, and I like the premise. So, like, I think I need to get started on Kristen Hanna. I think people really like her.
Maybe if you turn it into a video, you're gonna be reading it,
Maybe.
reading all of them. But the Nightingale is the one in my TBR. It's a very old work of hers. Hi, Devon. Welcome back to the Sprints. Good morning from Florida and good evening from the Philippines.
Yes.
It's currently 9:23 from our side. Hi, Ali. Welcome to the sprint. I just joined, so I hope we're still going. Yes, we just finished the third sprint, but we might be able to do two more sprints
Yeah.
because we have a chat timer that has like 40 seconds left. And we're usually religious about it. Once the timer is up,
Yes.
we're gonna move to the succeeding sprints. I'm on page 4 of. Is
Bull
this
Moon Rising.
intentional?
Bull
I check my
Moon
keyboard if they're far or like.
Rising. Oh, it's part
Yeah.
of the, or it's by the same author as the Ice Planet Barbarians, but it's a
Oh, okay, it's
different
intentional.
series. Yeah, it is
But if
intentional.
you're currently having dinner, we're listening to y'all chat. Okay, just to share this. I've been a wild ride, so the plot is that. Ooh, okay. 23 pages. Let's go.
Ooh.
Happy dinner during sprint. So you're gonna be reading with us on sprint number 4, which is about to happen. We're gonna do sprint number 4, everyone. And we'll see you again after 30 minutes.
Happy reading.
Hello, everyone. Hello again.
Hello.
How was the fourth sprint?
I found out a little bit more about the horse baby incident thing. It's
And
interesting the direction that they went to, and I can see why it's labeled as mystery. I don't know where it's going yet. There seems to be something more under the surface, but I don't want to spoil anything else. But yeah, so far I'm kind of hooked. I'm on page 108. But it's a very slow moving type of book, mostly because it's set in a small town in the middle of nowhere. So nothing is happening. You're just like chatting with the neighbors essentially. How about you? How's your book?
I got to page 63. It's like a start of a new chapter. So I'm in Marina's POV again. And it really does read like multiple stories within a book,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah.
mostly because I haven't gone to the parts where they really intersect,
Convert.
like the stories or the characters really intersect, except for even if Hi and Marina already interacted, it's not as if like it's just one whole story.
Yeah,
So I think the book really picks up slow because like that's like 63 out of 363 pages.
yeah.
So I don't know
Do you have
how.
a do you have a POV that you like so far?
I think. Wait, I forgot which character you guys were talking about that you were relating to. Definitely not
Yeah.
relating to the scammer, not relating to
Mm,
High as well. So I think Marina is the
Marina.
most relatable. Also
Yeah.
because like it's talking about the there was like this part where she was talking about being 42 and that her mom is like talking about her being should be married and with a
Yeah.
kid already. And it's just like I actually tab that and be like, that's the typical Filipino it's a common Filipino sentiment or like narrative that you have to have kids so there would be someone to take care of you when you
Take
get
care of
older
you. The
because Marina
insurance
is 42.
policy.
So, like, very interesting. Because, like, while we're not in that age yet, it's definitely still a sentiment
Yeah.
that's thrown around there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Marina is the closest. Because I
Yeah. I
can't
think I'm the same
empathize.
too.
I can't empathize with what's her name? The Carmen. I
Carmen?
can't empathize with Carmen yet because like I can't find the what do they call this the purpose yet on why
Yeah.
she has to be a scammer. Like,
Yeah. I think I was the same. At that point I'm like, I don't really know anything about Carmen aside from the fact that she's part of this gang. I mean, she's talking about stuff like she used to be this, she used to be that,
mm,
but I don't really like aside from those things, I don't really know her well compared to where Marina's development was at that point where I feel like I kind of get Marina, like where she's coming from, what she's struggling with right now.
mm. So anyway, I'm gonna read some of the comments. Tita Diane says, "Cried the last 100 pages in The Great Alone. I love the Nightingale too." Yeah, I know Tita D
Agree,
is
agree.
also a reader of historical fiction.
Yeah.
It's Marinella Catherine. Only a few people know my
Ooh.
first name. It's just a name I put in yeah, which starts with a letter. Marinella, I would not, no offense, but I would not peg you as a Marinella as well. So, stand for my last name. How many more sprints? So, I think we can do one more because we've
One more.
been religious with our
Yep.
chat timer.
Something.
I made it to page 22. Yay! What were you reading again, Ali? Sorry. Was it also.
I was reading one of the historical fiction.
All of them
Um,
were reading historical fiction.
I saw.
Thanks for this, friends. I need to get ready for a meeting. Thanks so much, Devin,
Thank
for
you for
joining
joining
us.
us.
Thank
Hope
you.
we see you next time.
Page 22 of 404. That's a
Blue Moon
chunky
Rising,
book.
no. Blue Moon Rising, which is
That one,
a
that one, that
romantic.
one. That one's like, that's not a
It's a
typo.
monster romance as well, with a obviously a bull.
Yeah, yeah. Read 31 pages flying through it because the wild things are
Ooh.
happening. Page, or you're more than halfway. 154 out of 218. I think this is Eliza's most accessible writing to date. More than Dwellers?
Interesting.
Somehow there's a Marina within us all. I love her art. 104. Oh, Sai is also halfway through YN. Pushing myself to finish this one, the added element about out of this world concepts about idols add intrigue. Hence, I think I'll be able. Ooh, well, you're halfway through already, but
Yeah.
I prefer another week. All the best to you, ladies. Thanks so much,
Thank
Lou. Thanks so
you.
much, Louie. We hope to see you on our next sprints, which will be on Pam from the Spoken Sprouts channel. No, yeah. A Minotaur.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the exact. Wait,
Yeah.
isn't a Minotaur like a half human, half?
Bull?
Because like, isn't that the one in Percy Jackson?
No, that's a goat. So that's a. Who are you talking about? I don't know. Like I've only watched the first movie, so I could only.
Wait,
I was thinking of Grover, which
wait,
is a half
I may
goat.
be incorrect. Like I forgot.
Huh?
Like the teacher that
Ah, the teacher. No, he's a centaur, isn't he?
centaur.
Like a half horse, half human.
Okay, it's a TAUR. That's why I was confused. Close
Yeah.
enough. I use the names of our legal docs. Totally acceptable. Because like I actually have three first names, and I
Yeah.
used just teacher another spin, half human, half bull. I think yeah, yes, centaur. I was like, oh. And of course, when I googled Minotaur, there's like all types of abs on those beings.
Yeah, he's a centaur.
A half horse, yeah, yeah. That's why he was like in the movie. Have you ever read Percy Jackson?
I've read the first book, and it was okay. I think it's really hard for me to read it now because it's written very young. So sometimes it's like, what are this boys doing essentially, and like there's like a lot of plot stuff in there that are very simplified. So I think
Mm.
that's why I'm having a hard time reading it. I've never read it before that, so I don't have that nostalgic factor to like carry me over. But I do think it would be good to like it would be nice to read it because I actually have the other series that he has, the one with the House of
Magnus?
Hades and
Uh,
that set because I just got it like on sale. I got the middle part. I don't even have the first book of that series. But I maybe at some point I would read it. I
I
think I would,
have
but I'm
read
just not super
I've read the
into it.
first book of Heroes of Olympus, as in that series. I've mostly read only the first book. Like I've read the
Oh,
first book of like Heroes of Olympus. I've read the first book of
yeah.
Magnus Chase. I've read the first book of Percy Jackson. So there's a pattern here. So there's top half is human,
Yeah.
top half is bull. Okay. I haven't read Percy Jackson. It's actually very accessible. Well,
It is.
understandable. I think it's
Yeah.
middle grade. Wait, am I correct? It's middle grade or
It
YA?
is. It's middle grade.
Okay, okay.
I
I do
think.
read Dwellers to compare it to Essentials writing, but I feel like this is easier, faster to understand than her other
Mm.
books. So, do you think that I would like Ascension, knowing that I love Dweller so much?
I need to read those soon.
Yes, you do. Eh, Actually, the timer is about to pop off at like
Wow.
7 more seconds.
We're getting trained to keep our chatting to 8 minutes.
Okay, so the time is up for our fifth and last sprint. So another 30 minutes for all of us here, and we'll see you again in 30 minutes to chat.
Happy reading.
Happy reading, everyone. Hello again.
Hello.
How was the sprint for you?
I made it to page 151, and that's like 48%. And so
Ooh,
far, I am intrigued. Like, it's very, there seems to be something more mystical going on in the town. I mean, obviously, with the
mystical.
whole horse thing. But that horse thing, like, it's partially resolved. Like, you partially know what happened there, but there's still some like question marks around that situation. Um, but yeah, so far it's intriguing. It's a very different kind of horror or like mystery. I see the mystery part because they're trying to solve like what happened with the whole horse thing, and it's sort of like opening this can of worms. But
Mm,
the horror part, it's a very quiet kind of horror. Like there's nothing really horrific happening aside from that initial thing, but there's nothing really scary happening throughout. It's just very the place is just very empty, very desolate, and maybe that's kind of like eerie in that sense. And then obviously the mystery, but it's not in your face horror.
okay. But is it
Yeah.
at least eerie? Like, would you?
It has a certain, you know how when there's like a movie and then they go to a small town where there's like a very very small population, almost everything is closed. That
Mm,
kind of eeriness, but nothing has happened aside from the whole horse thing. Nothing else has happened that's like scary or horrific. It's just that there's just something weird, but you don't know what it is.
okay.
But I
You
actually
said
feel
you're
like
around halfway through
this
the
is
book,
gonna
right?
be, yeah, but I actually feel like this is gonna be a lot more realistic than it seems. Like it seems
Huh.
very fantastical with the whole horse thing, but I feel like
Yeah.
the way the story is going, I feel like we're gonna get a very realistic or like logical sort of ending.
Hmm.
How
For
about
some
you?
reason, even though it's totally different, that reminded me immediately of "Tender is the Flesh" by
Hmm.
I forgot her
Isn't that
name.
like a short story or no?
No, it's a full length novel.
Ah, okay.
Something Basterica. I forgot. It was something.
Agustina
Yeah,
Bastari.
Agustino.
Bastarica.
So it reminded me of that when you said that it's
Isn't it
more,
like
it
an
may be more
Hannibal kind of thing?
tethered. Yeah, in reality, because even if the premise of Tender is the Flesh is kind of like, huh, so eating humans is now
Normal,
technically
right?
legal. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
legal, whatever, it's normal. And it seems jarring when you think about it. But even towards the end, it's tethered towards, like, it's tethered in reality.
Kind of
Like,
like
okay, this is the
dystopian,
reality, but it's a
essentially.
character. It's more of character. What do you call this?
Like
Character
study.
study. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't highlight the fact that the whole human eating cannibalism is normal. Like, it's like
Yeah.
there, it's this is their reality, but there's a
Yeah.
lot more going on
We
around
kind
it.
of just accept that as fact of that
Yeah.
time, of that world.
Actually, I got to page 81 of my I
Oh, you made it.
was
You
like,
made it to
oh,
your
I
goal.
achieved my goal. I achieved my goal of 80 pages. So yeah, not still not much happening in the book.
Yeah.
Um, it still has a lot of like backstories, like, oh, how these group of like how this gang met and whatever. So
Yeah.
it kind of like goes back and forth in the present, at least their present, but they all seem like backstories right now. Like,
Yeah.
when I read a chapter, I don't feel like there's a present timeline right now.
Like
So
it's
that's why I took
hard
note of it.
to
Like,
get a hold of what the overarching plot is.
yeah. It's actually I took note of it. Like, early parts of the book gives a lot of backstories to the character versus focusing on present time. Like,
Yeah.
it gives a question, what is the plot about? So that's That's what I took note of.
I
Like,
love
huh?
your notepad. It's giving like detective, detective journalist or
I mean,
something.
like,
Yeah,
put it on my
either that or Blue's Clues.
my the what do you call that notepad again?
Yeah,
Before you go to the thinking, I think it's just a notebook. The notebook.
yeah.
So yeah, I started with a notebook again in hopes of really using it again. Like I used to back in 2022 or 2021 when I started Booktube. Like I have a bigger notebook where I take
You
notes of
really took
like
notes. Yeah.
yeah, but I only was doing it until like Feb or March. I was like, this handwriting thing is too much.
Actually, I annotated. I think I mentioned that I annotated Way City. I actually had a lot of fun. I feel like I kind of remember a little bit more. Like I had some of my
Mm.
reactions. Where's my
Ooh,
camera? React. Like I
on the
really wrote on
page,
the book
on
on
the
the
page
page.
of the
Like I
book.
was like,
Who are
because
you?
I know because this book is very
Signed.
gratefully signed and personalized. It's not just signed. So I
Mm.
feel like I wouldn't be selling this anyway, even if like
Mm.
later down the road it's not. I don't think I'm gonna sell it, so I'm just gonna go for it. And it's also paperback, so it feels less intense. So I really wrote on the book, and I didn't care that my handwriting was shit. But I didn't tab it because I was too lazy. But
Oh no. So you just browse through, okay, where was I? Where
yeah,
did
and
I
maybe I'm
annotate?
gonna go back and like look at my annotations and then tab it.
Mm.
Um, because I know that I just used two different pens. I use one to underline like writing that I liked, and then I
Mm.
use black just to like
Right.
take notes of stuff.
Thoughts.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on. Let me
it
see
felt,
how
felt really
others
good. Like I actually really liked the experience. I just don't think I just think
would
I'm
do
just
that.
yeah. I just don't know if I could do that with the book that I like. For example, a fantasy book or something that I
Hmm.
still don't know what I'm gonna do with it afterwards. I don't know. Maybe this is like my gateway. Maybe this will unlock something for me. We'll see.
Okay, let me see what Ali shared that she hasn't read. Percy
Mm,
Jackson. I need to
that's right.
read. Oh yeah, yeah. The compare. The problem with Ascension is that there's not a lot of stock here in the Philippines. Correct. I kind of regret not
Yeah.
getting it in MIBF, but I kept thinking like I feel like I kept thinking it's gonna be available anyway. Like it's just a
Mm.
new
So is it out
release.
of stock now in National?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I haven't been to National again, but I haven't seen a copy of it on Fully Booked when I last visit.
Uh,
Answer the question after this, friend. So would you recommend Ascension to me after reading Dwellers? I made it to page 48. Yay! That's a lot of progress out of your chunky 404-page book featuring a Minotaur. But are you enjoying it so far, Ali? 187 out of 218. You're gonna
ooh.
be finishing it tonight.
Yes.
But to answer, Dwellers is still superior than Ascension. This is very
Uh,
on par with. Oh, okay, 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 okay. I did like Wounded Little Gods, but I like Dwellers the best, mostly because of like the way that it's so eerily written. Like there's just this anxious, like anxiety-inducing plot that comes with Dwellers versus like Wounded Little Gods, where it's like there's a plot, there's like the right pacing, but because it goes back to the past and to the present,
mm.
there's a lot going on. So I really love Dwellers. So far, I like that maybe you should work your way up to Dwellers instead. I don't know. Like, that could
Mm.
just be me that's hyping up Dwellers so much, but you do you. Oh, yeah, that reminds me, I haven't read Many Eyed Mothers. What's the name?
17
17.
prayers
Many.
for the something.
Yeah, those are short stories. So maybe start with a full length novel if Eliza Victoria. Ali says, so far I like the premise.
Mm. Is it what are the tropes in Blue Moon writing?
Aside from
Aside from
the
the
very
satire and
obvious. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the romance, yeah.
140 out of 206. We'll do Duolingo in a few before hitting the bed. You said you're gonna finish it tonight. What happened to that plan? To finish YN.
Thanks for joining, Sai.
Then there's a flash made my stomach churn. I wasn't able to finish it, but I might pick it up next. It's definitely not for the faint-hearted. Like
Is it detailed?
it's definitely disgusting. Like it's
Okay.
disgusting. It talks about the process of
Preparing.
like yeah, of like preparing the humans. Like
Yeah.
you're in the factory, this is what happens. Like thanks. I needed the visual.
Kind of
Oh,
reminds me of a certain hunger. Because in a
yeah,
certain
no, no.
hunger, have you read it?
No, no, no. But
Yeah,
you read it during one of our
in a
tour.
certain hunger, I mean the premise is that she's a cannibal, right? She eats her past lovers essentially. And there was a scene there where something similar to that was explained in detail, which is definitely it will definitely make your stomach churn a little bit.
But at least for Tender is the Flesh, it's definitely like an unforgettable read for me. Like I do not remember the ending, but I remember the
Mm.
feeling of like disgust, but like this shit is good. Yeah,
And it's quite short. I think it's like 200 when I checked.
it's very short. It's very short.
Mm. And there's the flesh. Add to TBR.
Ironically, gave it just 3 stars though, but
Ooh.
it's just there. Like I still think about it. It's so unapologetically descriptive and disgusting that it's so engrossing. Yeah, I even put a lot of trigger warnings here. Oh my gosh. Graphic descriptions of human killings,
Wow, what a love review. I just looked at your review.
animal abuse. Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's scary. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, I think it's one of those books that you're like, what if this happens in the future? Like, given our climate, given everything, like, it's not impossible to happen. Same with The Troop, all by Nick Cutter. Cutter?
Cutter?
Cutter? Yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
he
yeah.
like a popular horror writer?
I always associate it with either Books and Lala
Yeah, it's
or
Nick Cutter, yeah.
what's her name? The one who's also into thrillers. Gabby Reads. Like
Gabby Reeds, yeah.
yeah, always wanted to read The Troop. Hard to get into because of the writing.
Hmm.
Okay, so should we wrap up or yet again successful friends because we were
Yes.
able to read a lot. I was able to read 80 or able to read more than 100,
Yeah,
48%,
I think I
right?
read 150 something.
And you started it
151.
tonight.
Yeah, I started it on the spread. So, round of applause for
Okay.
everyone.
Yeah, all the historical fiction readers tonight and everyone who joined, basically. Thank you to everyone. And for the next sprints, we hope to see you again. And that would be on the other Pam from This Book Belongs to Pam's
Yeah.
channel. Her channel link is in the description below in case you aren't subscribed yet. And it's going to be around the same time and day. It's going to be Sunday, 7 p.m. our
7
time, Manila
p.m.
time. And it's going to be announced usually the day of or the day before. So make
Yeah.
sure to follow us on Instagram as well, because that's where we usually announce it, or on our Discord server, which is a bit inactive, but we also announce there.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you to everyone. Any
Thank you
last
everyone for
words?
joining.
Yeah.
I have my series read along sprints on Thursday this week instead of Tuesday. So I'm gonna be finishing Clockwork Angel, which is the first book in the Infernal Devices. I'm really liking it so far, so I'm really excited. Like I had to really control myself so I wouldn't like read ahead because I really wanted to finish it. But yeah, so that's gonna be on Thursday, 7 p.m. Manila, which is 7 a.m. Eastern and 4 a.m. Pacific. So yeah, if you wanted more reading sprints, I'm gonna be on Thursday. Thursday, cat. Thursday, not Tuesday. Yeah.
Again, Pam's channel is linked below, so you'll be able to see her live sprints and the
Yes.
announcements.
Thank
So
you,
thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Have a good rest of
Bye.
your day. Bye.